Speaker, this government is shamefully under criminal investigation by the RCMP for the Greenbelt grab and corruption. The information we've received from the Auditor General and the Integrity Commissioner shows that this government gives preferential treatment to developers and wealthy insiders who can afford to cozy up to them. Does the Premier believe that small businesses who can't afford to make big political donations to his Conservative Party deserve the same say in government decisions?
To reply, the Minister of Municipal Affairs and Housing.
Can you imagine a member of the NDP getting up to talk about small business, right? Can you imagine that, right? So they want to increase taxes for our small businesses and have voted against every single measure to put more money back in the pockets of our small business people. This is a party that voted with the Liberals to transition our economy away from small business to just a service economy. They gave up on small businesses across the province of Ontario. Contrast that with us, this Premier, this Minister of Economic Development, Job Creation. When we talk about bringing $27 billion worth of investment to Ontario, that is just top line. You know what also happens in St. Thomas, in Markham, in Stouffville? Small businesses thrive. You know why we want to build more homes? Because downtowns in Stouffville and Newmarket and Aurora have signs on the door in the small businesses. Help wanted, Mr. Speaker. That is what is happening across the province of Ontario. We have a minister for small business who has been knocking it out of the park.
Thank you. A supplementary question.
Thank you, Speaker. As a former small business owner who I've owned 3 businesses and I founded 1 BIA in Toronto, I can tell you that a new Democratic government will support and will always support small businesses.
Order.
Speaker, during the pandemic, over 360 small businesses in Ontario.
The member for Toronto Centre rightfully has the floor. I need to be able to hear her as she asks her question. We start the clock. Member for Toronto Centre.
Thank you again, Speaker. During the pandemic, over 360,000 small businesses in Ontario took up the CEBA loan to keep their lights on. Over half of those small businesses now report that they have not returned to pre-COVID revenues. Even more cannot make their payment deadlines. They're calling on every order of government for help, including this government, which has chosen to ignore them. In fact, the Premier has shown more enthusiasm for rewarding big foreign companies like Therme with a $650 million subsidy at Ontario Place. Speaker, how many more Ontario families have to shut their small businesses before this government will stand up and help?
Good question.
Members of consent proceed. Minister of Municipal Affairs and Housing can reply.
Remember that the NDP voted against every single support that we put in place during the pandemic for small business. They voted against all of it. But let me help the NDP understand something. In Ottawa, the NDP hold the balance of power, meaning they can tell the federal government to change the way they're collecting the CEBA from small businesses. They can literally hold the government accountable and say either make a change or we will bring you down. So call 1-613 Jagmeet Singh and say, listen, today at 2:30, get up in the House of Commons and say, we will bring you down unless you stop collecting the CEBA from people. It's very easy. You can get it done. Pick up the phone and call Jagmeet.